Good morning, I think. I think it's still morning anyway. Um, I've been off the air for about a week. Um, I testing positive to all three of those without getting any of them has done a serious number and weakened my system fiercely. I've been extremely weak, and it's just mobility for me has been to a very to a minimum. It's just me taking her outside, and sometimes I've had to have help. So. Um, But today my remedies are coming in. Not they'll be here today. So thank the Lord for that. That will get me on the upswing and get these poisons out of my body and help give me a little bit more quality of life. Um, but when you realize where you at are in your life with your body and where what it's capable of doing and what it isn't, it took me back to Green Acres earlier today in my first video and what I was able to do, even though my broken body was beyond swollen. I still had enough um, strength left that I was able to wheelbarrow around dirt and mulch and um, plants and rock and you name it. Even though it would take me out for a few days, at least I could do it for hours on end. I can't do that anymore. I don't even know I have put in 1 hour at a time ever since I've been down this last round. I can't, I physically cannot. My body is tired. I've wore my wagon out. And I know that Dr. Herman is um, keeping me afloat by getting the poisons out of my body. Because that's the only way I'm going to keep moving forward is to keep them clear because what I've been through these last 7 days, the pain that I've endured, the only thing that has between I've laid on my grounding mat, but CBD and THC has been the only things that have managed to get it to a level that I could tolerate, but it's not like I can function because they're such high doses. So when you realize your dosage, you realize how bad you really are. And you don't need a doctor to give you the death sentence of how long you have left to live. So right now I'm enjoying myself. I'm enjoying this beautiful resort every day. Um, Spending up that blood money because that's what it was. That's what it was. And it's really sad that the world has turned into that. But it doesn't have to be that way. It doesn't have to be that way. All we have to do is love one another as ourselves. And if you don't love yourself, well, then start there. Start there. What made you not love yourself? I couldn't look at myself in the mirror when I was at Green Acres, even though I was crawling on my hands and knees to do the property because I could not stand to see all my face being so swollen. I always love when he chimes into my conversations. It's just random, totally random, right? Right. But when you start putting all the puzzle pieces together, you realize there's a beginning, a middle, and an end. So I've come to realize, and I've been saying this for the last couple of years because I have felt like death, even though I felt more like life than I've ever felt in my life down here. I'm permanently got a smile on my face because I'm so happy because I finally found the place that I love and and I'm surrounded by people that love life and love this as much as I do, outside of the corruption. So this room is all I can handle to take care of, besides me and her right now. But it doesn't want to stop me from using my voice for justice. Hey, I may not be mobile, but I still have a voice, and I'm going to continue to use it. And I'm not going to be silenced. I've been studying this world my whole life, and it took being sick to finally get my homework assignments done for him that he's given to all of us. Are you getting your homework done from him? Do you know what your assignment is? Same as everybody else's. But why don't you ask him what your homework assignment is? He'll tell you. He'll tell you what it is. Get your own homework assignments because mine are getting done. And I know when my homework is done, I'm heading home. Because the remedies this time around are 80 days, and then I'll have to go back and see what else I'll need to get out of my body that has, what poison has been in my body since the remedies were finished. I just have to make do with what I have left in nurse. We all do. And I think too many people forgot about that. And for me to be able to just look out this window here, and this beautiful tree that's got so much life in itself, I feel like I'm in a fairy tale kind of thing, because a tree is like one of those trees that if it were in a fairy tale, it would come to life. And I already can see, and others have seen the things that I'm seeing in it. I'm like, oh, but there'll be this that comes out of that tree, and that comes out of the tree, and this comes out of the tree. I mean, to sit out and look at that and then see the life, the birds, the squirrels that are like monkeys, the iguanas, the little lizards, and the birds. I mean, I get all of that. I mean, the resort got it right here. The whole width of the room is windows. So you can see the world. So I feel like I'm in a tree house overlooking the swimming pool that I don't have to take care of. I've been taking care of people my whole life. And I'm finally taking care of me for once. But I still want to take care of everybody else. So bit by bit, I feel a little bit more of that weight lifting off my shoulders, and at times I feel weightless. And I'm so at peace with life, no matter what. And when you get to that place in your life, you look at life differently. You see the pain, you see the heartache, you feel it still at times. But you truly, when you can step back and get to this point where you have this sense of solitude. I mean, look at her. She's not got to care of the world. But she's been worried about me. She's been sitting in my lap quite often. So now she's just laying on my hand. That's why I haven't moved it. But you have to find that point in your life where you're like, you look around and you're like, what is this all about? Is this it? You know, all those vacations you've always wanted to go on and you never went on? Why not do them now? Think about it. Enjoy your life while you still have life to live. And you know what? I've got a marshmallow bed with pillows that are like sleeping on Angel or on my girls. I like to sleep on their butts, but I have a pillow that's called an Angel pillow. Looking out at this view, I found my heaven on earth. And it has zero maintenance. I just choose to help out and clean my own room. That's all. At least I can still do that. And that to me is huge. Just like doing my dishes today. I don't even have that many dishes, but they had piled up from several days because I just didn't have the extra strength to wash them. So just washing those and taking a shower has wore me out. Yet I don't qualify for disability. Now, is this like this every day? No, but when I go through an episode, it's bad. And I have no time limit on how long it's going to last. I haven't at all throughout any of this. To try to put a pattern, there is none. Because the new poisons that are getting introduced to my body do something different to it. So where I thought, thank gosh I had a solid baseline to know what to work with. So when my blood pressure went wacky or my edema came back, even though I'm eating the stuff I'm not supposed to eat or not eating it, it's like your radar's on and you're like, something's wrong. And that's why I knew I'd kind of waited to go in because I was doing so well. And then all of a sudden I started going downhill quickly. So I knew something happened. So I wasn't surprised when he said that they were in my body again, all three of them. And one of them was on my thalamus. And I was like, well, that makes a whole lot of sense because the massive amount of head pain that I've had has been off the charts. Last night, I was trying to wait up for Doris because she picked up hot Krispy Kremes and they are by far my favorite. And I haven't had them in, I couldn't even tell you when. My mouth is watering just talking about them. Thank God you can just nuke them for a second, whatever. Or but you lay them out in the sun for a few minutes. It's going to be, they'll be warm real quick. Anyhow, I didn't think about that. Sun. What better microwave? Where was I going with my story? Every time I think about Krispy Kremes, I think of when I took the CPA exam. And we were running all over trying to find hot Krispy Kreme donuts. I cannot even stand it. Such a great memory. That was fun. That was fun times. When life seemed so easy, which it wasn't anyway. Life has never been easy for any of us. They're sure making it look easy though, aren't they? Unreal. So I'll be back. I'm going to read a devotion here shortly. I had every intention of doing that, and motor mouth here, I just could not stop talking. So I'm going to sign off for the moment, and I'll be back in a few. Love to all, much as it mentions. Bye.